Are you the kind of traveler who appreciates quiet elegance and classic charm? Do you prefer your cocktails accompanied by smooth piano music rather than perpetually pulsing bass? Then join me for a deck-by-deck tour of Holland America's Westerdam. And let's find out if she's the right ship for your next cruise. Hi, I'm Tiffany from Destination for Vacation. Thanks for joining me. Westerdam is a ship that leans into that signature Holland America style, calm, comfortable, and built for travelers who enjoy the journey as much as the destination. First setting sail in 2004, she's actually the third Holland America Line ship to carry the name Westerdam. And there's quite a bit of history there. The first Westerdam sailed for Holland America Line from 1946 to 1965. She was designed to be a combined cargo passenger ship with accommodations for 143 first-class passengers. But while she was being constructed during World War II, Westerdam was sunk 3 different times. The first was when Allied forces bombed her in August 1942 while she was being built in the shipyard. The Germans seized the ship and raised her 2 years later with the intent of completing her as quickly as possible. The Dutch resistance, though, had other ideas and quickly sank the ship again. After being raised by the Germans a second time, the Dutch underground forces sank her once more on January 17, 1945. After the war ended, the ship was once again refloated and taken to be completed according to the original designs. Thanks to the war, she was finally delivered to Holland America Line a little over 6 years late. She spent the next 19 years making transatlantic crossings each month between Rotterdam and New York until she was finally sold as scrap in 1965. The second Westerdam was originally built and delivered to the Italian-based Home Lines in 1986. That cruise line was purchased by Holland America just 2 years later, and after a dry dock renovation, where she was lengthened by 100 feet to increase capacity, she was renamed Westerdam. At the time, she was the largest ship ever to sail under the Holland America Line flag, sailing under the name for 14 years until 2002, when she was transferred to a sister company within Carnival Corporation and renamed Costa Europa. After being transferred once more to another cruise line and sailing under a few more names, she was eventually scrapped in 2022. When the third and current Westerdam was being built, the ship had a fire break out in the aft section of Deck 7 during welding, but it was extinguished in less than 4 hours with no injuries. But that little 4-hour fire ended up causing over $50 million in damage. Fortunately, there were no other mishaps, and the Westerdam was delivered on time to Holland America and christened on April 25, 2004 in Venice, Italy by her godmother, Dutch actress Renee Soutendijk. With a capacity of 1,964 guests and 800 crew members, Westerdam is a Vista-class ship, a class that emphasizes comfortable spaces and expansive views of the ocean. Within this class, Holland America created a special group of 4 ships representing the 4 points of the compass, all fittingly using Dutch names. Noordam for the north, Oosterdam for the east, Westerdam for the obvious, and Zuiderdam for the south. I chose Westerdam for a 7-night round-trip Alaska cruise from scenic Seattle. Since Deck A houses the ship's medical center but is mostly reserved for crew operations, we'll start our tour on Deck 1, the main deck, and work our way up. Deck 1's atrium is located midship and is open to Decks 2 and 3 above. It used to be graced by this show-stopping Waterford crystal chandelier, but in 2017 attempts were made to modernize the ship's decor, and the sparkling chandelier was unfortunately replaced with this uninspired lighting fixture that feels better suited to a convention center Hilton hotel lobby than a classic ship, at least in my opinion. Unlike some of the other Holland America ships I've sailed on, Westerdam seems to struggle a bit in finding her identity. Some of the more visually interesting pieces, like the Waterford chandelier and this colorful Seaview pool sculpture, were removed to to add a sleeker, more contemporary feel to the ship. In partnership with Amsterdam's Rijksmuseum, the Atrium had been converted during the renovation into a mini satellite museum at sea, where guests could view reproductions of some of the museum collection's pieces and learn more about them, as well as the museum, on the wall-sized digital screen. But over the past few years, some of Holland America's more ambitious curated music walk and arts initiatives that really set the line apart have seemed to morph back into some of the more generalized offerings that match what you typically experience on board other cruise lines. As a result, some of the spaces that were previously used for them on Westerdam, like the Atrium, as well as the area that once housed Lincoln Center Stage classical music performances, feel a bit lost in their purpose. You can still view some of the art reproductions, but their placement feels a little random now. And because many guests are unaware of the former intent of this area, the displays probably don't really get the appreciation they deserve. The huge digital screen is now used mostly for promotion of the ship's products and add-on services available for purchase, instead of its original intent of art immersion. So sometimes guests completely miss seeing the art because they're simply unaware of it. Do make a point of walking around this area and admire the art. You'll also learn the background about this beautiful swan mural. And speaking of guest services, here's where you'll go for questions big and small, whether you need a new key card, help with your account, or you have a special request. This desk is staffed around the clock. You'll also report here for your disembarkation luggage tags. Across the atrium is the Future Cruises area, perfect for planning your next adventure at sea while you're still enjoying this one. Walk forward on Deck 1 and you'll find the lowest level entrance to the Worldstage, a modern theater that spans decks 1 through 3. It feels surprisingly spacious for a mid-sized ship. With immersive, high-definition LED screens, it's been intentionally designed for what Holland America does best: storytelling and enrichment. This is where EXC talks and port presentations come into play. EXC stands for Exploration Central, Holland America's enrichment program that focuses on deepening passengers' connections with each destination. They're tailored for travelers who enjoy context. They don't want to just see a place, they want to understand it. Each session combines cinematic video presentations with live narration about the culture, nature, and people of the regions you're sailing to. During my sailing, these were called Alaska Up Close Talks. Pacific Giants describes the wonders and behaviors of Alaska's largest inhabitants. Iditarod, the last great race, shares what it's like to ride in the sled of this amazing Alaskan adventure. Ancestral Memories tells the stories of Native Alaskans working to keep their culture and language alive. Breaking the Ice Ceiling highlights the stories of working women in Alaska. Each of them are well worth seeing. I make a point not to miss any of them when I cruise with the line, so I've seen them multiple times. Do you know someone who's visited by an elf each year? You know, someone like this guy, who brings a whole playbook of shenanigans to add a little holiday mischief to the season? Then this is the book for them, Elf Antics by Mr. Elf Delphine. No more spending hours and hours on the internet searching for that perfect idea. There's more than 90 of them in this book, all kid-tested and enthusiastically approved. With color pictures, step-by-step setup instructions, and a list of everything needed to avoid those last-minute trips to the store, this book returns a little sanity to the holiday season. And here's the best part. It offers a 5-year plan of activities with the perfect mix of heartwarming and hilarious antics. I sure wish I had this book when we hosted an elf each year. It would have saved me so much time and, I'll say it, stress. So help those parents you know and love spend less time planning and more time laughing and enjoying the holiday season with their kids. Elf Antics by Mr. Elf Delphine. Available now on Amazon, Apple Books, or from your local bookseller. If you're interested, you can simply scan the screen or click on the links in the show notes below. Now, back to our video. Unlike the generic port talks you might find on other cruise lines, Holland America sessions are refreshingly low on sales and high on substance. These also give you the logistics, where to catch the shuttle, what to wear ashore, which areas are walkable, and what to expect with the tender process. Passengers also get the chance to attend a variety of enrichment talks by the ship's wildlife guide, national park rangers, and cultural experts. When the sun sets and the dinner plates are cleared, the Worldstage transforms. Entertainment during my cruise included 2 nights with a comedian, 2 nights with a vocalist, and, my favorite, 3 nights with the Step 1 Dance Company. After the show's over, exit the Worldstage on the second deck and try your luck in the ship's casino. With a variety of slots and table games to play, it's easy to lose time and perhaps, if you're like me, your money. Right across Billboard Onboard is a very popular area of the ship, offering trivia games and bingo during the day, and lively piano duets at night. Grab a drink, sit back, and watch a room full of people go from sipping cocktails to belting out Billy Joel by the second chorus. The quirky Gallery Bar, a favorite of mine, is located nearby. Order your drink of choice and then be sure to walk around to admire the eclectic collection of art that will likely put a smile on your face. Head down the secret back hallway and you'll soon reach the Rolling Stone Lounge, which showcases live bands each night. Depending on the lineup, you might hear classic rock hits, Motown favorites, or country ballads, all of which you can enjoy from the lounge's comfortable seating or out on the dance floor. During the day, this area is used for games like Deal or No Deal and pretty much every kind of trivia game you can think of. It's also the place to go if you're interested in a little enrichment, from Tai Chi to talks about your next port visit, to cooking and flower arranging demonstrations, and even line dancing classes. There's a little bit of something for pretty much everyone. For a quieter, upscale dinner that's never stuffy, head over to Pinnacle Grill, Holland America's specialty dining restaurant focusing on steaks and seafood. Just note that there's an additional charge to dine here unless you're booking it as one of your options for your Have It All package. Next door, the Pinnacle Bar is a natural stop for a pre-dinner cocktail. And speaking of bars, don't miss Westerdam's Pub Crawl, held on the same night as the ship's Orange Party. When I sailed, it was $29 per person, but even if you're not a drinker, you can be a lurker for free and watch all the shenanigans as guests crawl from bar to bar in complete challenges. It's a lot of fun with plenty of laughter. As you walk aft, towards the back of the ship, you'll pass through the Park West Art Gallery, which offers rotating displays of paintings, prints, and sculptures for purchase. Art auctions are regularly held just next door at the Explorer's Lounge, a small, intimate space primarily used during the day for seminars and sales events. Nearby, the Portrait Studio gives guests the chance to book professional photo shoots. Located deck 2 aft, the dining room spans decks 2 and 3 with an elegant yet comfortable atmosphere. Make sure you look up and admire the beautiful blown glass flowers that extend from the ceiling. Passengers seeking to escape the hustle and bustle of the ship's buffet can enjoy a relaxed breakfast or dinner here every day. Lunch is also served here on sea days, and sometimes there's even the option for an express lunch on certain port days. Regardless of your sailing itinerary, don't miss the destination-themed brunch, which is typically served at least once on most sailings. The menu on all of Holland America's ships is a mix of classic favorites and contemporary dishes, but What makes it stand out are the regional options tailored to your sailing. In Alaska, you might see fresh salmon, pork tenderloin with huckleberry jam, or halibut prepared with local flavors. Holland America calls these destination dining touches, and they give you a taste of the culture before you even set foot ashore. There's even a selection of specialty drinks customized to the region you're sailing to, along with local brews. And of course, don't miss the Dutch dinner, held on one night of your sailing, where you can enjoy some of the special tastes that celebrate the line's Dutch origins, like hodgepodge klapstuk. Something you simply won't find on any other cruise line. During sea days, don't miss the delectable afternoon tea. If you're a shopper, then you're going to love Deck 3. At the Signature Photo Gallery, you can purchase some of the formal night photos and candid shots taken of you around the ship to remember your voyage by. Although they do cost a pretty penny. If you're looking for something highly unique to hang on your walls, consider capturing the beauty of your irises in a stylized portrait. If you're feeling particularly playful and have some deep pockets, it's the perfect gift to give to someone who seems to have everything. They'll think of you every time they pass by and see your irises on their walls. This area also sells those binoculars you forgot to pack, as well as a selection of cameras and mementos. Walk midship and you'll soon reach one of Holland America's signature venues, the Ocean Bar. It features circular bar seating around the open atrium with mixology classes during the day and live music in the evenings. It's a classic place to enjoy a cocktail before dinner with a refined and welcoming atmosphere. And for those of you not wanting to purchase the have-it-all package but still wanting to enjoy a cocktail every now and then, look on the back of each day's daily newsletter. It details where and when you can go for happy hour to get half off your cocktail. Compared to some other cruise lines, Holland America's drink prices really aren't that bad, so half off is a bargain. But you're here for shopping, aren't you? Well then, it's time to get serious. I love browsing the main gift shop on Holland America ships because they carry an eclectic collection of goods that are sure to lighten your wallet. You'll find everything from destination-focused items to everyday jewelry, to the kid-friendly, and of course, the Holland America branded merch. This area is called the shops because along with souvenirs, there are other themed areas. Duty-free, beauty and fragrances, sunglasses and watches, and of course, buy your gold chains by the inch. Nearby, Holland America's libraries are among the best at sea. Just look at these shelves of books. You're never going to want to leave. Sit down in one of the comfortable chairs and preview some selections so you can find the perfect one to check out. Or catch up on a crossword or Sudoku puzzle. Or just relax, admire the views through the large windows, and enjoy the calm atmosphere. The Hudson, Half Moon, and Stuyvesant rooms, right across the way, serve as flexible spaces for group meetings, private events, knitting and crochet meetups, bridge and mahjong, as well as worship services. And if you're not a shopper, well, tough luck. You're still going to have to pass through the EFFY jewelry shop as you make your way forward to the Worldstage. It's one of the little quirks of this ship's design. A path has been woven through the shop to access the Worldstage Theater from this deck. To me, passing through was a little uncomfortable at times because I felt like I was intruding even though I wasn't. And it seems like the lighting in this area has been perfectly designed to give those fine jewelry displays that extra sparkle. So temptation is certainly high, even if you're passing through with absolutely no intentions. But there is a way around this, or a hack, as the younger generations call it, and that's to take the ship's continuous outdoor promenade, a wide teakwood walking path that circles the entire ship, giving guests that traditional ocean liner feel that's becoming increasingly rare on modern cruise ships these days. Whether you're stretching your legs or stepping outside to enjoy the ocean breeze, the promenade is one of those simple pleasures that define a Holland America cruise. On scenic cruising days, like glacier viewing in Alaska, the bow of the ship is open to guests. This is a memorable experience, so you don't want to miss it. Normally reserved for crew only, the bow becomes a wide open viewing area where you can stand at the very front of the ship, looking straight ahead as the scenery unfolds. Because the space isn't always opened, it feels like a privilege when it is. Access to the bow is on Deck 4. Decks 4 through 8 are dedicated to guest cabins, so there aren't any public lounges or dining venues here. But stay tuned. After we tour the public areas, I'll show you the stateroom I stayed in, the spacious interior stateroom 6071. Let's make our way up to Deck 9. At the very front is the ship's fitness center, lined with treadmills and ellipticals that look directly out over the bow, so you have inspiring ocean views that make the miles you're walking pass much more quickly. There's also a range of free weights, resistance machines, and space for fitness classes. Just outside the fitness center, there's a small outdoor balcony that many guests never seem to discover. It's a quiet little spot that looks straight out over the bow of the ship, providing a great view of the horizon. Walk back inside and you'll be at the greenhouse spa and salon. Treatments here include massages, facials, and beauty services. While the thermal suite, with heated loungers and steam rooms, give guests a quiet way to unwind. The suite's hydrotherapy pool has plenty of jets to work out those kinks, whether they came from your time in the gym or from hauling that third plate of food back to your table at the buffet. Just know there's an additional charge to use the thermal suite. But there's another pool just steps away that all passengers have access to. The Lido pool. This area is the heart of Deck 9, covered by a retractable glass dome that opens on warm days and closes when the weather turns cool or rainy. Families have access to this pool along with the hot tubs. A free adults-only sauna is also located nearby, but it's easy to miss. Look for it right past the ping pong tables as you're heading towards the greenhouse spa and salon. Grab a drink at the nearby Lido bar. Specialty coffee drinks are also served here in the mornings. If it's about time to eat your 5th meal of the day, then you're in the right spot. Kids and the kid in you will love the make-it-yourself taco bar. Or step over to Dive-In, which serves up made-to-order burgers, hot dogs, and fries. But if you're really serious about putting on some pounds so everyone knows you were on a cruise, then just step inside the Lido Market, the ship's buffet. Stations feature everything from fresh salads to pizza and pasta to Asian favorites and traditional hot entrees. The menu often reflects the region you're sailing through, with locally themed dishes adding variety to familiar favorites. There were plenty of salmon choices during my Alaskan cruise. At lunch, don't miss the sushi station. Even if you don't eat it, it's beautiful to see. Holland America's Lido Market is definitely one of the better cruise ship buffets. It's attractively presented, and I really appreciate the fact that most of the food is served to you, keeping things a little more sanitary and much better stocked than those that are self-service. While many cruise lines have been cutting back on their buffets, Holland America continues to offer a wide range of options that are fairly consistent across the line ships. Those pants that fit loosely when you boarded the ship are going to be pretty tight when you leave. And don't miss the Cake Me Away event offered during lunch towards the end of your sailing, which will leave you with some sweet memories of your cruise. At night, you could choose to dine in Canaletto's, the second of the ship's specialty dining restaurants, offering a variety of Italian classics. Step outside Lido Market Aft and you'll find the outdoor, adults-only Seaview pool area. Relax in one of the hot tubs with a drink from the nearby Seaview bar and enjoy your views of the ship's wake. This area was very popular during my Alaska cruise for those perfect glacier pictures and otter spottings. For an even higher view, take the stairs up to Deck 10. Walk midship and you'll reach the kids' clubs, providing activities and games for the littlest of cruisers, as well as the older ones who enjoy meeting up with other kids their age. On Deck 10 forward, you'll find one of Westerdam's most inviting spaces, the Crow's Nest Observation Lounge. Enjoy scenic views out of the wraparound windows while sipping a specialty coffee drink from the nearby Crow's Nest Café and Bar. When visiting Glacier National Park, exhibits will be set up in this area, and you can stop by to chat with the park ranger. During other sailing days, it's a relaxing spot to read or simply watch the horizon from one of the comfortable lounge chairs. In the evening, it becomes a lounge with cocktails and conversation. Nearby, you'll find plenty of people playing cards, board games, and trying to figure out where to place those puzzle pieces in the ship's game room. Or maybe you want to learn calligraphy and water painting techniques. Then step on over to the art studio. The final deck is Deck 11, the sports deck. Here you'll find the Retreat, a private cabana area available for an additional cost. The cabanas are furnished with cushioned loungers, shaded seating, and personalized service, including snacks and drinks delivered throughout the day. I'll leave it up to you to decide if the views and quieter, more private experience outweigh its cost. Finally, guests seeking a game of basketball or pickleball can find them at the sports court, located at Deck 11 Aft. Now that you've seen the public areas on board the ship, allow me to show you the stateroom I stayed in for this cruise, located midship on Deck 6, the veranda deck. Cabin 6071 is an excellent choice for travelers who want to enjoy the Holland America experience while making the most of their budget. It may not have a view, but it offers everything you need for a comfortable stay. As you step inside, you'll immediately notice how spacious it is. This stateroom can comfortably sleep up to 4 guests. The sofa bed is generous in size and well cushioned, converting easily from seating space during the day to sleeping space at night. Directly above the bed, the ceiling-mounted pull-down berth is an excellent option for a 4th guest. Especially convenient for families traveling together. When not in use, it remains neatly tucked away. Opposite the bed is the vanity area, which serves as a central hub for getting ready or planning your day. It includes a cabinet with shelves for personal items, a countertop for convenient storage, and a comfortable chair. Above the vanity is a wall-mounted flat-screen TV. Below the vanity, there's a mini fridge, pre-stocked with a selection of beverages you can purchase. Personally, I appreciated having a selection of regular-sized cans of soft drinks in the room after a busy day on shore. And at $2.95 a pop, the 3 I had over the course of my sailing certainly didn't break the bank. You'll also find ample closet space with adjustable shelving that's divided into multiple sections, from full-length hanging and suitcase storage to shelves ideal for folded garments and accessories, there's certainly no lack of space to store what you brought on board. And I loved having those full-size golf umbrellas that were perfect for rainy port days. Inside the closet, you'll also find a small digital safe, perfect for securing passports, jewelry, or other valuables during your voyage. Soft ambient lighting is offered throughout the cabin with convenient switches near the bed so you don't have to get up to turn off the lights. Power outlets in the cabin include both US and European style plugs. A small adjustable coffee table was also provided, great for those in-room card games or enjoying a small midday snack. The bathroom is typical in size for this type of cabin. There's a walk-in shower with a handheld shower head and a shower curtain enclosure that does a pretty good job of keeping the water in. The bathroom vanity area includes a mirrored medicine cabinet for conveniently storing frequently used toiletries. And there's also a large open shelf under the sink, offering additional storage for larger items. The bathroom also has a subtle nightlight, perfect for those late-night trips. As a thoughtful touch, long bath sheets are also provided instead of standard-sized towels. I find Holland America's inside staterooms to be smartly designed to prioritize comfort and functionality. My cabin was cozy and well lit, offering a quiet and restful place to recharge between excursions. And there you have it. Westerdam is a ship that leans into tradition and comfort, designed for travelers who value classic charm and are seeking to slow down and savor the details of their journey. So what do you think? Does Westerdam feel like the ship for you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining me. I hope you can join me again soon in one of these videos. Until then, here's hoping your next adventure is just around the corner.